go. Ready?
Execute.
Yes, this is the first time we've done a review for weeks, and that means nothing to people watching because they're like weeks and weeks behind anyway. Because I haven't edited anything, so it's fine. It's all fine. It's fine. This is Stephen Wilson, The Future Bites or Future Bites.
The Future Bites.
It is with the.
Yeah, I think so.
Without the. All my knowledge of the album is loaded on a particular web page, a famous web page that begins with a W, with like the track names and things like that. No, actually, I've listened to this a fair amount now, probably 4 times, something like that. So yeah, as we all know, he's gone pop. And that's not really true. My argument is he's not going to be any more pop than his other stuff. So there's a concept here. Whereas, I mean, the last album, I don't think there was a concept. It was just nothing. It was just some songs. It was just...
completely forgettable.
Yeah. But this has a thing which attaches to the music. Because prog. Musically, here's the thing, it's mostly electronic and extremely alright. And already I'm confused by what I wrote down. So musically mostly electronic and extremely alright. I don't mean extremely alright. Made me think of, is this the life we really need? What's it called? Is this the life we want to live in? Is this...
On,
Roger Waters. Is this the life you really want?
Something like that,
yeah. So this is the first. At first listen, this is what I wrote. It might as well be music in adverts. The production is excellent. The sound of it gets your attention more, and what I wrote was, after first listen, the modern equivalent of pressing bossa nova. You get your keyboard and you. I've got these brilliant words here. I'm going to sing them. And this bit, I'd agree with. It does sound like latter day Peter Gabriel without the band, probably without the hooks as well. So I don't mean like 70s Peter Gabriel. I mean like growing up and that kind of stuff. But there's no band groove. It's Peter Gabriel with his keyboardy stuff. He spent a lot of time messing around as a producer, which we know. He's been remastering things, hasn't he? But the album is at its best when it embraces that idea that it's not a band, and everything he's ever said has been about how he doesn't really. Those 2 fantastic albums he did have a band, very much so, But here, the best bits are when he embraces that concept. And Personal Shopper, that song, which I think is like a single, or certainly the promotional song, it's proper 80s electronic. And it's great. And it is nothing like his old stuff, that one. And that means he's moved on, and that's good. I don't think the rest of the album is that good. I think the rest of the album sounds like Stephen Wilson. That's the thing. The song Follower, that gave something away. And there's this bit. There's like some mental frip type guitar, which sounds like Scary Monsters. And then it goes into a thing that sounds like Virginia Plain. I thought, oh, this is great. And then, oh no, it's not. But what it was, that was a bit of band. There was a bit of playing, For me, that's the most interesting bit on the album by a country mile. You've got 12 Things I Forgot. Is a song. It's a good song. But my point is, it made me think of Spock's Beard. It didn't make me think of ABBA. It made me think of prog bands doing pop songs, which is what it is, Most of it isn't like that. So apart from the last song, which isn't any different to his old stuff at all, I don't think it's going to really move anyone. It's not going to be like those two albums. It's not going to attract that casual audience who would pay for that kind of thing if it's marketed at them. It's just selling it to the same people he's always sold his stuff to. It's the same bunch of people. It's been very successful because it's just the same people again, isn't it? But it's also again buying it. You know? I think whatever he does, he would just sell the same amount now. And I think that's what he's like wary of. I think he's very aware of that. It's good, not just a stylistic thing. I'm not, the old prog rocker he's trying to annoy. It's not like, well, doesn't sound like the old stuff. I don't think there's many people actually saying that. And I do like it. What he's focused on isn't really the music per se, or the notes. He's focused on the sound and the production, and this song will have this sort of big treble, and then not what the notes are and what the which is very not very prog. And he says that's a pop thing, and all my fans, they all hate the pop, and now I'm doing pop, and that isn't true at all. Most of it is pop. A lot of it lacks sort of hooks. When he does the hooks, it's great, but a lot of it doesn't. Most prog is more poppy than this, actually. And it didn't help that first time I listened to it that Spotify decided to segue into Spectral Mornings, which is Steve Hackett's second album, maybe, which is fantastic and better. But yeah, so conceptually, miles ahead of To the Bone. Conceptually, it is obvious. But what else are you going to make an album about in 2021? But musically, less so. A couple of good bits don't make a good album. That's my argument. It's still neo-prog. He's trying very hard not to be neo-prog. He is neo-prog. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah. So it isn't no big change. That's not happened.
Right. Okay. I think I'm thinking along similar lines to you. I think, Kev. I actually quite like this album. I put it on and I listened to it all the way through several times, which is what made me say, actually, Kev, maybe we should review this. To the Bone is complete. I can't remember a single thing about To the Bone.
I can't. I can even put it back on, and then I still can't remember.
This feels like the follow-up to The Hand Cannot
Erase.
Yes.
Yeah. Which I think was a better album than this. Probably because you're right. The subject matter is kind of obvious, and because it's kind of obvious, it's a very difficult thing to get right, because it can almost feel like it's been a bit hammy. It's a very sort of modern critique of the modern world, presenting it as the future bites. Is he saying this is the future? I suppose, and I suppose he's saying this is the reality of the future. So it's a very sort of pessimistic look at what's going on. I thought 12 Things I Forgot was great. Personal Shopper, I tried not to like it because I thought it was a little bit. I thought it was a little bit cliched with the sort of reeling off of the absurd things that we buy.
It is. It's like a Waters thing, isn't it? It's also obvious what he's saying.
Yeah, but it works. It works enough for me. I really like the intro to the sort of to the album. It's a very sort of almost ethereal kind of cool thing going on that suddenly picks up. I think generally pretty good. Which is quite difficult to find in this day and age. I actually sort of last week I said to myself, I tell you what I'm going to do, because I felt like I wanted to occupy my mind with something other than work, or work while doing something else, which means either put a podcast on or put some music on. But I couldn't, for the life of me, I just could not think of a single album that I wanted to put on and actually wanted to listen to. So I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. How did I do it before? So I'd go to the music shop, I'd rifle through a load of CDs, I'd find something with an interesting cover, turn it over, look at the song titles and think, well, maybe I'll give that a go.
Yeah.
I tried to replicate that on Spotify.
So you have to listen to the whole album.
Yeah. Well, no. So find something that I might actually like the sound of. It's impossible. The search facilities on Spotify, you've basically got playlists or latest releases basically in a genre. Well, that's no good if you're trying to find something new. So here we are. We're channeling everyone down to music that they already know. What are people that are, that are brand new to the world? How are they supposed to find music that they like?
Yeah, they have zero chance. Yeah. They're not even meant to do that.
Yeah, so this is a great thing about Stephen Wilson. But we're already aware of Stephen Wilson, and there's nothing fantastically new about this. The Hand Can Erase was a tilt towards pop. I did think this was pop, and I sort of thought in my head, bastards making me enjoy pop music here. But it's good. It's definitely an improvement on To the Bone, and it makes me want to, listen to the next album that comes out that he makes, sort of thing.
I think if you're not completely put off by the lack of a band thing, there's like a couple of people who played some bass, and they've even got someone playing stick, but that's like the Peter Gabriel thing, and there is a drummer, but it's basically just him with the keyboard most of the time. That's the thing. As long as you're okay with that, and you liked Hand Can't Erase, you will like this one. It's nowhere near as good, but we were completely To the Bone. Just killed my interest in Steel completely.
Yeah,
it just shut it dead. I didn't listen to him for ages. It was really weird. And then I remember putting back on The Raven or something, and it's like, oh, I remember this. Actually, he's really good. But yeah, putting it on again, To the Bone, it's just... the thing, what I remember about To the Bone is the Bollywood dancers, which aren't...
Right.
That's the music video. I remember the music video, not the songs. That's what it's like.
I've never seen that. He did the music video for Drive Home, didn't he? Which was like that was excellent. That was.
Yeah. I mean The Raven obviously worked really well as that. Hand Can't Erase will have to be a movie or something, or I don't know,
documentary.
Yeah.
Documentary to support the album.
Mm-hmm.
So reasonably well done. I'm sure there's going to be many albums with these sort of themes going on, even if it's just snippets, sort of pessimism about modern day things. But I mean, it's reasonably good.
Yeah, I mean, and it's what are all musicians going to be writing about after lockdown? It's really obviously that. That's the thing, isn't it?
Freedom.
Yeah, I mean, the best song on there might be Personal Shopper, but actually, I think it's probably the last song, because that it just sounds like Stephen Wilson. It's just no difference. But I think that's what it is. This is his tactic to move forward.
It's very difficult for it. He's one person at the end of the day, and he's writing the songs and writing the music, and I should imagine producing largely. There's only so much effort you can put into an album. Yeah,
and it's going to sound like him.
Yeah,
because it's him doing it. I mean, I did mention Latter Day Peter Gabriel as well. That's the thing. Imagine Peter Gabriel with a keyboard, and he got Tony Levin in for one day, but apart from that, it's just him with a keyboard. Imagine what that album will be like.
It'll be like this.
Yeah, it'll be like this. Except Stephen Wilson is singing, not he sings Street Spirit.
No, Tom York.
Yeah. Well, not Tom York. No, when Peter Gabriel does it.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't. He sang Street Spirit.
Yeah, it was amazing. He's gone senile. It's terrible.
Fade out again. That's probably better.
Yeah, that's what it was like. That's what. Oh yeah, it's Tom York. Had a thing, so he'd sent it him, and he did a thing where it tells you can see if he's played it, and he played it, and Peter Gabriel had a thing of that, and sent Tom York his version of the song, and you could see that he played it once and he never commented or anything. Didn't respond because he's just off. I wrote here, Man of the People made me think of. I don't know what it made me think of, but there you go. Reviews. Wilson has never before packed such a roller coaster ride onto a single album. Yes, he has. He really has. if you think Stephen Wilson, you think Luminol. Not like that. But if Stephen Wilson, you think Drive Home or whatever, yeah, it's that. Really.
Yeah.
It's not that different. That's a bit. I mean, he's talked about this for his entire career, how he doesn't like musicians. He doesn't put it like that, obviously. He doesn't like musicians noodling, They should be just playing my songs and nothing else. And he did have huge success with bands noodling. It was awesome, And he put them into concept albums and things. It did remind me of in Terry Pratchett, where there's a musicians union guy, and he loves reading music scores because he hates musicians. He doesn't want them playing it. He doesn't want to make any noise. He just wants the music, so he reads the music. But there's no score. He likes looking at the waveform on the screen. A bit more down than that, Yeah, I mean, it's 4 eggs. I think that's
I think so.
But it's very much a concept, a thing of if you like, hand cannot erase, and you're not bothered about it, much less playing, then it's good.
Yeah.
For 2021, where you can't find music to listen to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And there we go. We don't know what we're reviewing next.